Happy Wednesday, orchestra. I hope everybody had a great Tuesday. I hope you're prepping for that Thursday coming up and you have a good today, Wednesday. I have no idea what the date is, by the way. All I know is it's Wednesday. I don't even know if the date is a one-digit number or a two-digit number. I know we're still in April. It's like the first half of April. It might be towards the end of the second half of April or the first half of April. Either way, I hope you're having a great Wednesday. This is the third part of this little three-part series I've got going here on the audition process. In part one, you can go back, it was video 10, or day 10, however these videos are labeled right now. But day 10 has all 6 scales that you will need for this, your level of auditioning stuff. What am I talking about? The level of orchestras that you would be going into right now. These are the 6 scales you most likely will need to know. As you get older, you're going to need to know all 12 of your major scales. You might need to know each of those 3 minor scales that go with it. There's a lot of scales, okay? But in day 10, we go over the 6 of them that you first, second year kiddos should know. In the second video, yesterday's video, day 11, we talked about selecting a solo piece. When you go into these auditions, they're going to ask for scales. They're going to ask for a piece that you've practiced and rehearsed and have made performable. And then 3, and that's what today's video is on, sight reading. It's going to be fun. Stick around for all that. Let's jump into it with some open string blues like we do every day. And 1, 2, here we go. Before we jump into sight reading, I have 2 quick announcements. One is that I just got back from one of the schools. I went there to drop off all of your books and shoulder rests and materials and stuff. And I get there and I see the principal and I'm like, "Hi, principal. What's up? Good morning, I heard that your 6th grade teachers are here today dropping off supplies. So here's some stuff for them to give you guys." And that's not happening anymore. I guess the school board and the district and all those important people that make the decisions, they all decided we need to stop this distribution stuff because of, you know, the thing going around. And so yeah, that's where I just got back from with the bad news that you're not getting your stuff back yet. Sorry. Announcement number 2 is an update on my paper towel situation. I mentioned in an earlier video that we had broken into our last 6-pack, and I thought we were going to be okay because a 6-pack of towels lasts quite a while around here. And then like 3 days ago, we wake up to my dog and puddles of chocolate pudding all over the floor. And for like 3 days now, every morning, we wake up to our dog mess. It's one of those things. If you've got a better way of cleaning up dog mess than paper towels, let me know. I mean, I don't want to use the nice bath towels or anything. That's a paper towel job. But we are now down to 2 rolls of paper towels. We've gone from 6 rolls to 2 rolls in the course of like 5 days. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried, but I don't know, dogs, right? Sight reading. Sight reading is the third and final part of this 3-part series on auditions. We've done our scales, we've done our prepared solo piece, now we've got a sight read. So, here we go. So here we have an example of what a sight reading excerpt might look like. I wanna break this down for you in kind of regular steps that we should always take when we're looking at a piece for the first time, especially in this situation. If it's just something short and you've got 1 minute to figure it out, here's the things that you should be looking at. First, I like an overall length of it. So we can quickly look to see we got 2 lines, they're 4 measures each, so we got a nice little 8-bar phrase. So it's nothing too out of the ordinary. We want to make sure that we're looking at the right instrument, obviously. So at the top of the page, it should say something about your instrument. But then just to make sure, we can take a look at the clef, and we see we've got a treble clef here. So in our situation, this is for violins. Next, you want to look at the key signature. What key are we playing in? We see in this one we've got 2 sharps, so we're in the key of D major. We're in 4/4 time, so we know we're going to be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no tempo marking in this one. You want to check the tempo marking, because if you have something that says lento, which means really, really slow, and then you come in and play it really quick because you want to, show off your skills of how fast you can play, well, you're going to look like a fool because that piece is supposed to be slow. This one doesn't have a tempo marking, so take it at a reasonable pace. If you take it super slow, then the judges are kind of gonna judge you. Yeah, that's what judges do. Let's see, it starts off piano. We've got fortes later. There's a long decrescendo at the end. And a quick search of the rhythms shows that we're dealing with some 8th note stuff. Everything I've just said there in about, I think this has been rolling for about 2 minutes, that needs to be in your head within about 5 seconds when you first look at a piece. It needs to be this quick. How long is this piece? What clef is it? Key signature, time signature, and there's some 8th note rhythms. I didn't quite get to dynamics, so maybe 6 seconds to get dynamics in there. That's how much time that should have been. Now, we'll have maybe 25 seconds or so left to kind of really look over this. So we're just going to go through from the beginning to the end. We start on a D. We know that's our D string. Since we're in D major, we can already kind of be used to that. We can prepare our fingers ahead of time in our D major position. So we got D, there's F sharps. That eighth note doesn't come on the beat. That might be weird. Oh, we come down. There's syncopation in that second measure. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. There's a dotted quarter note there. So 1 and 2 and 3. Quarter rest at the end of the first line. Then the second line starts on an F sharp. And as we move through some eighth notes, we decrescendo in that second line. Moving up to the A string stuff. And you can see once you get into those last two measures, everything's going to stay on the A string. Da, 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 and it jumps back up. It begins on a D and it ends on a D. Overall, this entire piece is a rhythmic version of kind of going up the D major scale. So now you have a few seconds left. You might finger along the D major scale in your head on your fingerboard without playing anything real quick. And then you're just going to go for it. Let's try it together. I'm going to put on a metronome, and I don't want it to be too fast because I want to play it right, but I don't want it to be too slow because I don't want to make it look like I don't have a clue what I'm doing and I'm going note by note. So let's pick maybe 90 beats per minute. Rest. And that's the end. That was kind of the rhythm. I have no idea if I sang the right notes. So now let's actually try playing it. This is our sight reading. 1, 2, here we go. 2, 4. I made 2 or 3 mistakes there. Most of it was at the end. I would say that's kind of normal for me with sight reading because I did a quick scan of the whole thing and then I started to kind of work from beginning to the end. So I didn't really get to the end when I was going over it in my head. In the next practice we try, I'm going to maybe try to focus more on the end and see if I can do better. Every one of these, we're going to try to do better each time. So here's how this is going to work. From here on out, there are 6 exercises for each of the 3 groups of instruments. So there's 6 violin exercises, 6 viola exercises, and 6 cello bass exercises. For practice number 1, I'm going to walk through each step along the way with you. You'll see a timer down here in this corner. You will have 30 seconds to look through the music. When the timer's up, I'm going to count off 1, 2, ready, go. And we're going to, you know what? No, I'm not going to count off 1, 2, ready, go. Because I want you to take it at an appropriate tempo for you. Don't try to take my tempo. So after the 30 seconds, beep, buzzer goes off, I'll just play it. So that'll be my attempt so you can kind of check yourself, but after 30 seconds, you're gonna pause the video, try it yourself, listen to mine, and then we'll both laugh about how bad we did. Cool? Cool. Violin practice number 1. Let's get started. So violins, our time starts now. Take a look at this piece. We've got 2 lines, 8 measures. We're treble clef, D major 4/4 time. I see some dynamics. Overall, it's pretty soft. It goes from piano, mezzo piano, back to piano. There's 8th note stuff. There's a couple of half rest, half note, half rest, D, A. It ends up on the higher ones, and that's our time. And then unpaused. Now you've already played it. Let's see how I do. This is, here we go. Rest, rest, rest. How'd you do? Good, I hope. Violas, get ready, because here we go. Our 30 seconds begins now. Again, we got 4 measures and 2 lines each, 8 bars. We're in the key of D. It is a 4/4 time signature. We're working with the D major scale. We start with some quarter notes. Oh, it's loud. We start forte. At the end, we go down a little bit to mezzo forte. Ends on a high D. Lots of steps. It goes back to A a lot. It jumps to the D, and it jumps to A quite a bit. What is that? That's a time. That's what that is, by the way. All right, so pause this video now. And now you're unpaused. And now I get to attempt this viola clef, alto clef. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, so here I go. I'm going to turn the metronome on. I'll go with the same tempo. Why not? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright, cellos and basses, prepare yourself, because we begin. D major, 2 lines, 8 measures, bass clef. There's staccato notes in this. A lot more dynamics than the other one. Mezzo piano, down, up to forte, down at mezzo piano, and it stays. It's still just playing around at the D major scale. There's some lots of jumps by thirds. There's a couple slurs, so the slurs and staccato mixture is going to be what I'm trying here. Time's up. Here I go. for practice number 2, the next 3 of these, so I'll do it for violin, viola, and cello bass, I'll walk you through what you should be looking for, but I'm not going to actually tell you what it is. So before, in practice 1, I told you it was D major. In practice 2, I'm just going to remind you, look at the key. What scale are you using? Instead of telling you, oh, look at the difference between the staccatos and the slurs, I'm just going to tell you, look at your bowings. Check the articulations, that kind of thing. Cool? Violins, you're up. Practice number 2. 30 seconds is on the clock. Ready? Go. How long is this piece? What key are you playing in? What are sharp and natural? Do you have F sharps? Do you have F naturals? Are there slurs? What kind of rhythms are you using? Where are the rests? Do you play on every beat 1? And does every beat 1 get a full beat? Or are some of those measures syncopated? What's your last note? Time. Here's my attempt. Violas, you are up. Practice number 2. 30 seconds is on the clock. Ready, go. How long is this piece? What key is it in? How many sharps you got up there? How loud do you play at the beginning? Are there slurs? Are there staccato notes? What's going on with the bowings? What happens to the dynamics at the end? What's your first note? What's your last note? What's your rhythm looking like? That's time. I missed a couple notes at the end there. I don't think I went high enough in the last 2 measures. If you went higher than me, then you did it right at the end there. Yeah, I think. Alright, and cellos, your practice number 2. 30 seconds on the clock, and let's take a look. Go. How long is it? What key are you in? What fingers are you using? Are you using second finger or are you using third finger? What are your dynamics doing? How loud does it get? What are the slurs? What are the staccatos? Are there any beat 1s where you don't play any notes? Any syncopated rhythms? What note do you start on? What's your last note? What's the overall shape of this phrase? That's time. Now for the next 4 practices, I don't think you need me walking you through all those steps. So I'm just gonna put the timer down in the corner. I'm gonna throw the music up here at the top, and I'll see you at the end of 30 seconds and after you play it to take my turn. Sound like a plan? Cool. Here we go. I added an extra beat of arrest or note. I added an extra beat somewhere in the second line. Don't make that same mistake I did, or I hope you didn't make the same mistake I did. wraps up this little mini series on the audition process. A quick review: we had 2 days ago all 6 of those scales, learn those scales. Yesterday we picked a solo piece, find a nice solo piece to work up. And then third, today we practiced some sight reading. If you practice scales, rehearse a piece, and sight read every day, 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, I mean, you're going to be unstoppable. So get to work, have fun, and we'll see you tomorrow with something easy and fun, I think. Easy fun tomorrow for Thursday's video. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you.